everybody. Ever wonder why country music loves the Grand Ole Opry so much?
What is it about this show that makes every country performer want to move heaven and earth to step onto that stage, into that circle?
So, just how old is the Grand Ole Opry and what makes it so special? Well, although it was not officially called the Grand Ole Opry back then, the show first started on November the 28th, 1925, in the studios of WSM Radio in Nashville, Tennessee, in what was first called the Barn Dance. It featured local country and western singers from around Tennessee, and the show quickly gained popularity and talent. However, the official name, Grand Ole Opry, came about actually as a fluke. On December the 10th, 1927, the NBC Radio Network was hosting the Music Appreciation Hour, a classical music program which was to be followed by the Barn Dance. What was then George Hayes said the following famous quote, "For the past hour, we've been listening to music largely from Grand Opera, but from now on, we will present the Grand Ole Opry." And so the name Grand Ole Opry was officially born. The Grand Ole Opry has been around for just under a century, making it the oldest radio program still being regularly broadcast in the United States. Over the past 9 decades, the program has had 6 different homes, starting off with the old WSM radio station, to be followed by the Hillsborough Theater. By the late 1930s, the show continued to grow and soon expanded to the Dixie Tabernacle. Continued growth and expansion of the Opry occurred even during the war years, and by the early 1940s, the show was moved to the War Memorial Auditorium, which many considered to be the most elegant of all the performing locations of the Grand Ole Opry. Probably the most famous location was the Ryman Auditorium, located in downtown Nashville. Here the show expanded into television, and soon the famous television musical show Hee Haw was born.
Welcome to Hee Haw, starring Buck Owens and Roy Clark.
In 1974, the Grand Ole Opry moved to its present home in the custom-built building called, well, what else, the Grand Ole Opry House. Karen and I visited this location and had a blast. We made it an entire day visit by first attending a behind-the-scenes tour of the Opry, which we would highly, highly recommend. Then we had tickets for a later show in the evening, so in between the behind-the-scenes tour and the show, we had dinner at one of the many fantastic restaurants in the area. Afterwards, we returned to the show, and although you are not allowed to take videos inside the Opry during a live performance, I took thousands of single-shot still pictures and spliced them together, making it seem like a video. And with the audio I have recorded, can anyone really tell the difference? So if you believe that, get a hold of me because I've got a bridge in Brooklyn I'd like to sell you as well. So here's a few interesting facts about the Grand Ole Opry you may not know. First, there are only 2 locations in the entire United States that the Postal Service will deliver mail to without an actual address, just the name written on the envelope. One is the White House, and the other is the Grand Ole Opry. Number 2. Famous country and western stars are not the only ones who have performed here. Hollywood actors such as Jack Black, Kevin Costner, and Kevin Bacon have all performed on the Opry stage, and so has President Nixon. Number 3. Over 6,000 songs are performed at the Opry each year. And number 4, the Opry has over 300 performers known as members who have performed at the Opry and continue to return on a regular basis. So take a few minutes with us as Blue Line RV Adventures takes you to the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, Tennessee. Going backstage to the Grand Ole Opry. Karen, if I were to say to you, Old Hickory, what president would that be?
Andrew Jackson.
Who is from this area? We were at his home yesterday.
Yeah, it's called the Hermitage House.
Very beautiful, actually. What did I call the Heritage House yesterday? Yeah, I kind of screwed that up. It's not the Heritage House, it's the Hermitage House. But we are here at the Grand Ole Opry early because we are going to do a backstage tour, and we're keeping our fingers crossed that they're going to allow us to videotape it. You cannot videotape live performances, which we are going to later on tonight, but we're keeping our fingers crossed they're going to let us videotape the backstage tour. It's very pretty, though. Okay, this is tour the Opry. This is where we're going, and of course there's music playing in the background, which is the enemy to YouTube. So I have to turn the camera off because I'll get a YouTube strike. Or what?
Or you could just write over that.
Yes, or I could keep talking really loud over the music so I don't get a YouTube strike. Probably should have filmed this earlier when we first left the tour.
My ear is up.
But I'm going to tell you that if you're going to go to the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, you absolutely, without a doubt, have to take the backstage Grand Ole Opry tour before you go. And preferably try to take it the day that you're going to see a show. Because it really, of course our GPS is telling us how to get back to the RV park, but it really, it kind of sets the mood, the tone for the show, and it was so good, right?
So the show was really, really amazing. And what I mean by show is the tour guides give a great representation of what you're seeing. The different dressing rooms. We had access to the different dressing rooms. The family room, quote unquote, which is normally known in the business in
So if you like this video or any of our previous videos, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to Blue Line RV Adventures. And remember, we got your six.
Nothing.
Okay, oops, got the camera upside down. No, the camera's right. Oh, no, it's
You
upside
okay?
down. Something's up. Well, something's upside down. Anyways, so we had. Yes, I am okay. So we did have dinner. It was not at McDonald's.